we're more than capable of scoring, at least 300 on a wicket like that out here. So, yeah, frustrating, but can't dwell on it too much. And it was nice to get a wicket there at the end of the day.
Has it been difficult to sort of put behind you what happened in the previous 2 Test matches, sort of as a collective batting unit?
We sit down as a group, and we say we get rid of that. They sort of try and put that all behind us, but it is a lot easier said than done. But I think early on it was pretty apparent that we weren't going to get anything like we did on day 1 in the last Test. I felt early on this morning and this afternoon it was more the bounce that was an issue rather than the turning in. But as the day got older, the ball started to spin a little bit more. But I think, I know overall it's a much better wicket than it was the last game we played here. So yeah, we're just disappointed not to still be back.
Are you sort of doubly frustrated because you got in and weren't able to go on, you personally?
I was very frustrated that I'd spent 2.5 hours, playing for, trying to avoid getting out to a straight ball, and I ended up getting out to a straight ball. So that's what I'm frustrated at.
And physically, how are you? The talk of a stomach upset. Are you fully 100% fit to bowl and field and continue in the game?
I won't go into details, but I've had better days.
And just one final thing from me, Ben. There was some words between you and Virat Kohli early on in your innings. Can you enlighten us on what that was about?
It's 2 professionals showing that they care about the sport that they love and enjoy playing. A lot gets said these days when 2 guys seem to come to words out in the middle. Completely nothing untoward, as I'd hope that's what was seen, because it wasn't. But yeah, that's just 2 blokes who care what they do, and 2 guys who definitely don't back down.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you.
Jamie Weir from Sky Sports News, please.
Hello, Ben. Sorry, I can't seem to work my video. Is the overall feeling in the changing room at the moment that it was good Indian bowling or poor England batting that meant you only got 205?
We actually haven't got to that point yet because I got rushed off straight to do media, so I don't really know what the chats is. But I think it's probably a bit of both. But cricket's a great sport where the outcome of something is what's commented on. We wanted to go out and play in a certain way as a batting group, and our execution let us down today. So yeah.
Just me.
Still batting because we felt that it's a good wicket to bat.
I think we're having a few Wi-Fi issues, but I'll ask another question. Are we?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay, my image is frozen. Oh, right, we're back now. Just to follow up to Simon's question about your condition as well, we appreciate not going into too many of the grisly details, but how much is it limiting what you can do? I mean, do you think you'll be able to, obviously as the second seamer in the team, play a full Test match with uninhibited?
I'll tell the truth. I'll just have to wait and see day by day.
Okay, Ben, thank you.
Rory Dollard, please.
Hi, Ben. I wonder if you can talk us through the makeup of the team as vice captain, what the thinking was, lengthening the batting order and sort of leaving yourself 1 bowler shy of where you were last week.
I think if you look at the scorecard of the last Test match, they'll probably give you all the answers that you need. We felt that seam isn't going to offer as much in terms of being a threat, more of a holding role, and then obviously playing the extra spinner because of how the conditions we were faced with last time. And it's definitely a better wicket than the last Test match, but I think as the day progressed, you could see that the ball started to spin more, and it was more bounce at the start of the day. But it'll be interesting to see what happens when the sun starts to dry this wicket out, and obviously lengthening the batting lineup is something that we've taken away from the last Test match, having that extra batter in case we are facing similar conditions.
Was there any situation with Jofra? We see that he's got an issue with the elbow still ongoing. Was that part of the decision, or was that a separate issue to the balance of the team?
I think with Jofra, just plain and simple, someone's injured, they can't play.
Dean Wilson, please.
Yeah, hi Ben. Sorry, I just wondered whether, with the balance of the team, whether you felt that was the best option you had of both winning the game, taking 20 wickets, or whether it was a case of trying to stay in the game and take it as deep as possible before hopefully trying to nick it. The game plan really is what I'm looking for.
Sorry, mate, that was sorry, Dino. 20. Say that again, mate.
It was a follow-up really on the balance of the team, obviously going for the extra batter rather than the bowler to take 20 wickets to win the game. Is the idea to stay in the game as long as possible to then try and do something at the back end?
I think now that we've unearthed a genuine all-rounder in Ruti, it adds to our bowling strength. But I think having the extra batter in there, obviously it does. I think that's probably going to be more of a bonus coming into our second innings because the pitch is going to be a lot more used. And then me and Jimmy sort of use as a holding role, me potentially to be sort of a bit more aggressive if needed to. And then we've got the Leachy and Bessie who are going to come into the game, obviously, as the Test match goes on. And then Ruti can hopefully come on and get 5 for 8.
That would be nice, I'm sure. I just also wondered, from a kind of batting perspective, have you detected from yourself and the other players that the challenge of scoring runs in India is something that everyone is kind of really keen to get their teeth into and learn from this, rather than being kind of consumed by such difficult conditions?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've played 70 odd games now, and I've told a few of our younger batters in the team that this is the hardest. These are the hardest conditions that I've faced as a batsman. And obviously, I've played all around the world, so yeah, I don't think it's necessary. It's a case of finding it in your own way. It's not about coming together as a group and saying, right, this is what we need to do better as a group. This is what we need to do better as a group. It's about how can we go away from this as individuals, and then when we come back here next time, how have we progressed as an individual player, not as a group of batsmen, because everyone plays in a different way. I have got a game plan out here, which is going to be completely different to Joe Root's game plan, which is going to be completely different to Dom Sibley's game plan. But if the outcome of those game plans means that we score runs, then happy days.